Hi, Janine from Ring Hello here. I want to talk to you today about sales pipeline, and yes, I know I bang on about it a lot of the time, okay? But here's why. With a proper example, a real life example of what has happened just this week, okay? Now, we always say to clients that realistically they should look and expect to sign up with us for 6 months. And the reason is that gives us an opportunity to show them what we're really capable of. Now, especially if they're selling a product, like an IT product of any kind, you need to allow for somebody to be able to plan their projects. And so this is how telemarketing works over and above social media, and why telemarketing is still very good, very, very good for technical campaigns and IT campaigns, okay? Social media is very much geared to the point at which somebody's made a buying decision and they're ready to buy now. And it's very geared towards consumers. When you're dealing business to business and you've got a product where somebody's expected to spend hundreds of thousands, millions on your product, you need to understand their buying process, their decision process, when they're going to do things. So this is where the sales pipeline comes in. A perfect example is this. I started a new campaign for a client selling products, and I made a phone call to a large organisation, and I spoke to the guy who's here in the decision chain. You've got sort of 3 levels of command, and I spoke to this guy here, okay? Now, he said that he wasn't the decision maker, but he had been tasked with looking at products. We had a couple of emails. He said, right, we're now at the stage we want to meet, but you need to meet with my director, so here's my director's details. Spoke to the director. All of this took a bit of time, but the director, when I spoke to him yesterday, said, no, we've already tried 2 products and I'm not going to consider any more. So he's got a live project. And I tried very hard, and I gave him all the different reasons why he should consider the product we're looking at. But the bottom line is, he said, I've spent months in this process, I've been evaluating the systems, and I'm just about ready to buy. And that's the thing. If you have got a product that somebody has to make an investment in, they're not just going to go, yeah, I need that right now. Unless it's totally new and there's nothing else out there. Any tech-savvy IT guy is going to check out the competition and see what is best for his needs. So that's why a sales pipeline is important. You need to see from us from the off that first conversation. If this is what would have happened. We'd have started the call 6 months ago. We'd have put a call into this person, and they'd have said, yes, it's actually something we're going to be doing, and I would have found out from them when they're going to be looking at it, when they're going to be thinking of having demos, when they're going to be buying. I'd have found all that out. That wouldn't have been a lead for the client. It would have sat in the sales pipeline up until the point I'd called and got that meeting. So I develop that and nurture that. And that's why a sales pipeline is important, because it gives you that indication of who's coming up as your potential client and when they're going to buy. So these really big, or not even big contracts, but if you've got a higher sales value product where somebody has to make an investment, you do have to wait for them to plan projects. That's just the way it is. What we do is we keep that relationship ticking over and make a really good first impression. So at that point they're ready to buy. You know everything about the project, who's involved, the decision process, how much money they've got, what they need it to do. All of those things that you need that are critical, we find all that out. So you go into that meeting fully armed. We do have other campaigns for clients where they just need a foot in the door meeting to talk about what they do. But I'm talking specifically about these technology campaigns where you need to find out what somebody's doing in terms of projects. Now that is our niche. That's exactly where we come into our own. We know how to do this. We know how to have these conversations, and we make them work. We really, really do. But if you are in a market that's a bit more competitive, we also carry out campaigns for that, and that's more about finding out when contract renewals are up and speaking to people at the right time. But again, the essence of being a good telemarketer is finding out exactly where people's interest lies, and that's what we do. And this is a cracking time of year to call as well, by the way, for projects, because of the financial year. You've got people who are they've had a budget allocated and they want to make sure they get more or the same for next year, and they might still have a chunk of money left where they think, I need to spend that now. So you might well get some quicker wins between now and March, the end of March, but they're also starting to plan for the next financial year. So it's a great time to call to suss people out and find out what they're planning for next year. So if you're in the technology sector, or if you're not in the technology sector and you need help, but this video is specifically for people who are, if you're in the technology sector and you want telemarketers who know what they're talking about when it comes to products and know how to get those leads and develop and nurture those relationships, give me a call. 0800 009 6250 or email me janine@ringhello.co.uk. Janine is Janine. And just give me a call, let's have a chat. I look forward to speaking with you. Bye.